Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Been using these guys for years, best in the business. If you're an active trader, check these guys out, CobraTrading.com. All right, daily chart, 15 million on Facebook, $2.14 green on the day, or 1.27% up. What a great showing, guys. 4 days straight up. Close it right above the 20 MA, bullish, even filled the gap as well. So let's see if this move was for real here, guys. We moved up into this area. I want to see more follow through into this trend line, try to get above this say 174 area, and then we'll be going for the 175.49 or the all-time high. So let's see if this was a fake out, and then clicks over, comes right back in. We still are consolidating up. Consolidation. This is a bullish manner, guys, but they're really chopping and slopping this thing, so be careful if you are long in these markets. If they are, just tighten the stops, guys. If this thing starts to pull back, I'm thinking at least here, 147 or so. We did have this channel down here from a while back before we bursted out, but we will put that down in this area as well. So that's going to be just a little bit of support as well. Gap fill, gap window, stuff like that as well, so watch for that. All right, let's get into the weekly. So we had the weekly close, we had the kiss of the 20 MA, and boom, right back up, guys. What can you say? When you don't touch the 20 MA since the beginning of 2007 on the weekly, it's going to spring this thing right back up. That's just the way it is, guys. And technically, when there's light volume markets, this is the type of action you're going to get. It kisses that, boom, right back up. Now, if we had markets that were turning downwards, this thing wouldn't have got that big of a bounce. So watch for that. Everything's going to be correlated with the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, and the Dow. So if those start moving down, these will move down with it. If the markets stay buoyant, light volume, continue to float, these will continue to float higher. So just watch out for that action, guys. Don't be caught in something then. Next thing you know, we get a little downturn and we get a nice little pullback for the next week or two, which is a big task, guys, in these markets with the light volume, but watch for that. Monthly chart, though, on Facebook, guys, still stretch, still just keeps going up. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months up, guys, including this one with a little bit of a pullback here. That's pretty incredible. That's the power of the Federal Reserve, in my opinion. All right, so Facebook, bulls, enjoy it. Bears, if you're still in this trade or if you're starting to look at going short, just hold on tight. And remember, don't load the house. Very important to take small positions, add as this thing goes up, and just hold on to it. And if you want to hedge with a little bit of option action, some calls, do that. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. Everyone's hedging, especially myself. I'm not getting caught up in this, but I am adding short positions to all these ones I'm talking about, guys, but I'll still play options on the long side. So that's what I do here at StockBookie.com. All right, so let's go AMZN, Amazon. So Amazon, same thing. We'll go to the daily chart here. So daily chart, Amazon. This one's a little bit weaker, guys. I mean, we had a nice run here into earnings. Earnings comes, boom, gets back below the 20 and the 50 MA, consolidating, but it's holding this area here right around the 953 or so. And then you got this little pivot here around 936, and then of course this one down here around 928. I'm still surprised we didn't get down to the 200 MA, and then boom, pops up and starts ripping. But right now, though, we made the higher high, a lower high, and a lower high. So that's what I'm watching here. First step, bullish. You got to get above the 50 and the 20 moving average. Get back above this. Actually, you know what? Let me put a new fib in there. Then you got to recapture that, the 50 and the 20. Then you want to get back up above the 250 retrace and the 382 retrace, and then of course this high pivot here right around the $1,000 area. Notice how we retrace right back to almost $1,000 and right back down, tests the bottom lows, gets the slight bounce. Let's see if we get this bounce and it's not like a tear like all the other ones. Comes back in, gets a smaller bounce, does it pull back and keep going down. So let's keep an eye on Amazon, guys. If you're long, just be careful. This one looks a little bit weak and could possibly start to go back. If we do take out this 932, 928 area, we will be kissing the 915 area of the 200 MA, so watch for that. But yeah, we're back below these guys, looking a little bit weak, and then we're down and sideways, guys. That's some bearish action, even though we're still at the highs and everything. It's, it pulled back a little bit. For Amazon 1,000 points or whatever, that's a little bit. But let's see what happens this week and see what October brings for these stocks. Let's go into the weekly. Weekly chart, same thing. There's your Fibonacci level, and down, I'm going to clean this off a little bit here. I'm going to remove that. So we went up, tested the all-time highs, came right back in. This is consolidating a little bit bearish action here, guys. Bulls, you got to get back above the 981.65 area or the 220 MA. If we could recapture that, then you're looking at that high pivot again around 1,000. If we could get above the 1,000, then we'd be looking at testing the recent all-time highs here. If it can get back above these MAs. Still above the 50, still above the 200, still okay, guys, still at the highs, nothing's wrong, but just be awake in these markets, that's all I can say. Monthly chart a little bit extended from the 220 MA. You also have this high pivot here around 845 or so, and it's been just chopping around. You have a little bit of a tail here, so watch for that. Ultimately, guys, if this continues sideways, we're going to look for some upward action, possibly to this high pivot again, but if we can't close above this and confirm above the 1083.31 area, then I still think we're going to just chop around, then slowly bleed, guys. These markets moving up on light volume and news, basically. We get news from Trump, markets move up. If we get news from anything else, market moves up. We get a little North Korea news, pulls back one day, and then boom, straight back up for the next 3 weeks or so. So just be careful. For me, guys, it's just a boring market sideways. And for me, I'm adding shorts across the board, especially on these high flyers. Apple. Daily chart. This one's been weak too, guys. I mean, we had a nice pullback after earnings or the announcements, whatever they had. I don't really follow the news, guys. Consolidates, sideways, pulls back, fills the gap, bounces up, slight down, sideways, bearish. You have an up move, slightly bullish here. We have these crossing each other, the golden cross, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But 50 and the 20, this 20 will start to curl down into price. It needs to get above this here. Maybe we get a gap up and go. We still have to fill a gap around 156.16. But right now, this is looking a little bit weak, guys. The only reason we bounced, we filled this gap here. And look, 3-4 days bouncing. Now it's stalling out with the markets. Markets need news. If the markets rally, this might push up a little higher. If the markets are weak, I think this thing's turning over, and we're going to 143 at least. There's a lot of support around the 142 area, so we'll be watching that. But right now, slightly bearish to me. I mean, we're at all-time highs. I get that, but yeah, I mean, we're chopping around in this channel here. We got the low pivot here around the 154.71. Till we get above that. And then above the moving averages, like I said, you have a couple gaps to fill. Let's see what happens coming this week. So right now, I'm a little bit more on the bearish side on this one. Let's see if this proves me wrong with the light volume. They push this thing up. But again, bulls need to get above the MAs, fill the gap, and then retest this trend line up here around the 161. If you can do that, then we're probably looking at higher prices. If it stays down here in this channel, then we're probably going down to the 200 MA. If the markets give it up and pull back, we're definitely going down here. So just be awake. That's all I'm saying, guys. We're long in the tooth here, and I think it's only a matter of time before we have this pullback here. So weekly chart, though, they did recapture the 20 MA on here. Let's see, Bill, if we could get above this inside bar about 160.65, then we'll probably get higher prices. But let's see if we can get through this bar here, one with big volume. Then the second bar, let me open this up a little bit. This volume bar and this volume bar. We had pretty good volume on this one. They had to push it up and get it above the 20 MA and save this thing. So if we would have closed down in here, we would have confirmed below the weekly 20 MA, and that would have been a little bit on the softer side for Apple. So, but big areas here, 142.81, then of course 137.78 or the 50 MA down in this area. Again, though, nothing wrong. But let's see if we could stay here, chop around, and then set up for downside? Or does it retrace back to the high of this red bar or inside red bar and then get above the upper trend line here? That's key for the bulls. You get above 160, 144, then you're going to retest highs and then possibly keep going. If you stay below in this channel down here, then we'll have to see how this pattern sets up. If we stay below this 20 MA, if this thing clicks over and gets back below and closes here on a weekly basis, then we're going to keep an eye on this one. Apple was a little bit weaker than the markets last week, so we'll take a look at that and see what happens on the first week of October. Again, monthly chart, guys, pops up, comes right back in, nice reversal, and we closed. We're not out of the woods yet. We got above this big trend line. We closed above, but never confirmed. So this is going to be interesting action come next week if we actually pull back, or actually this is the monthly chart. Monthly chart close, you have to stay above the 148.78 area, in my opinion. If you start getting below that, start chopping around, then you're probably heading down to the 130, 123. Again, another high flyer, guys. When you get stretched from these 20 MAs, plus we're in this big channel too. And they almost did it. They almost got people going. They talked about this channel. Holy cow, here we go, and boom, right back in. So, bulls, you got to get above here and confirm and keep this thing going. That's it. So watch the overall markets as well. Let's see where those lead us. Netflix daily chart. This one's looking a little uglier than the rest of them. This is a nice inside bar, bearish pattern. I mean, this thing's been chopping, pulling back, blast off to this high again. This, everyone thought it was breaking out, came to 189. Everyone was talking 200, pulled right back, came right back up, 200, here we come, pulled right back. Inside bar, bearish pattern, closed below the 20 MA. This is a good pattern, 4 days. I want to see what happens by Friday. If this thing stays down here on Friday, I'm thinking lower prices, unless they have some news. That's all they're doing. Just put some more news out there. Maybe an upgrade. Maybe this. Maybe that. But overall, daily chart, nothing wrong. Still at the all-time highs. Inside bar pattern. Watch for that. Weekly chart. Weekly, same thing. I mean, look at this. Comes back, pulls back on this inside bar bullish pattern. Never closes below this little tail. Boom, right back up. You're in this channel. So you're coming in, going up, coming down. And this one here too. Bam, we got it. This thing looked like it was blasting off. Oh my gosh, 200, here we come. Right back down, guys. Never confirmed, never did anything, especially above this breakout channel here, or this channel. Now, it broke out here, never confirmed with follow through. Pulled right back, tested it again. Because all the bag holders here, they're like, oh great, here we go. Push it back up. You're going to have sellers here, because everyone who bought here, oh my gosh, here we go, it's going down. They're just like, you know what, give me my profits, thank you very much. But we are back below this trend line, and we closed it on a weekly basis as well. Monthly chart. Monthly chart for me, stretched, just like every other time we get up here. It comes right back, kisses the 20 MA, stretched again. I mean, look at these runs, guys, since the Trump trade. Straight up, guys. Oh my gosh, I just look at these charts and go over this. I mean, look at this. Everything is stretched from the 20 MA. I've never seen anything in all my years of trading, guys. This is crazy. But monthly chart up and sideways. Let's see if this thing holds up here, continues to chop. If it does, then we're probably looking for that 200, possibly higher prices. If this thing comes right back in, gets outside of this channel, then we'll have to take a look at this and see where this thing could possibly go. My target price would be, 160, 150, 140 down here. Ultimately, it would be 128, 28, or the 20 MA. This will curl up though if this stays up. So we'll see, guys. As long as the markets have no volume and the SPY keeps grinding, these will do whatever they want to do. Period. If they want to pull them back one day, they will. If they want to launch them with some news, they'll do that. Just spread some rumors or put some upgrades on it like they're really good at. These guys are real good at upgrading stuff at highs, guys. It's pretty incredible. Now, Google L. This one's been a little bit weak on the weak side. It's been holding this channel down in here. We finally popped above here, or this high around the 957.95. We did get to the gap window here too as well, right around the 976. So big test here. Do we continue up? We're at the 618, 750, and the gap fill at 994.20. If we could get above there, then we could possibly move higher. So let's see if after this 5-day little run here into the 618 and this high pivot with the gap window. Let's see if that's going to hold, or do we start going sideways here too. So really it's not giving us too much, just a nice move up for a couple days. So let's see if this area holds going into this week. So First week of the month. We'll see if the volume remains light and if we keep grinding. So this one here on the weekly though, weekly closed it good, 618. Still have this inside bar pattern here, guys. You know, until it gets above this area here, the all-time high, I'm still in the bear camp on these. I'm sorry. These things moved and moved and moved, and now we're chopping around. We're still in a bullish pattern, but we're in an inside bar. Try to get it above. Right back down. Never closed a little bit below it. That's a little bit bearish. But then again, we chopped around light volume markets, and then they're pushing this thing right back up again, getting everybody on board. Oh, Google's great. Keep it going. Keep it going. But bullish. 20, 50, 200 moving average, still above, and it closed. I want to see next week's close if we get some follow through or if we start going in a sideways consolidation pattern for setting up for higher prices. So these are a little bit tricky here, guys. We've been having big runs on these. Let's look at a monthly chart. I mean, look at these runs, guys. I mean, this is Google 2009. It was $137. Now we're at $1,000, guys. And this is the one I'm looking at too. Look at this big inside bar. Down, sideways. You always get a retrace on the inside bar, and then you get the next leg down. Big area for this, guys, is the all-time high, 1,861. If it can't get above that and starts to struggle, even around 1,000 or so, or 980, 990 up in there, if that can't get above this area, guys, we're going to see a pullback on this. It's going to go to 831. And I'm still saying a little bit lower. I mean, you could say the 50 MA here, but that depends on the overall market. You're still going to have great support around here too with this little pivot right around the 750 area. So just keep an eye on this. But what I'm saying here, guys, just be careful in these markets. You know, I know the bulls are in charge. Everyone's excited. The Trump trade, everything keeps moving up and up and up and up. But we're going to go over one more here, SPX. If you guys stuck around for this video, this is just nuts. I mean, this is your .com, this is your housing, and this is the Federal Reserve. $5 trillion on the balance sheet. What push it, and then you get upgrades. We're in fantasy land, guys, and it's just a matter of time. They can buy this thing out for another maybe year or two or so, and that, which is fine, no big deal. But for me, I'm setting these up. I'm putting slow positions on or small positions on, and I'm just adding to them. Because one day we will get a pullback, and when this thing does, we'll be going downtown, guys. Don't know how far yet, but we'll see what the catalyst is. But I had the 2480 area, and we just blasted right through that. We're about 40 points over that area. So it was 2480, then 2500, and then we're holding that. So monthly chart, we did close above that. I want to see if we continue up. This isn't showing volume on here, so I can't really show that trend, but this is the S&P 500 on the SPX, not the SPY. So I mean, look at that move, guys. Wow. I mean, hats off to these guys. They had to do what they you know, what they wanted to do. You know, they had to prop the markets up, make everything look good. So that's just seen this before, guys. You know, just like here, everyone, oh my gosh, here we go, it pulls it back. Holy cow, how high can we go? It pulls it back. Now this one's just crazy, and we haven't had a nice significant pullback in a little while, guys, since 2016, so for almost 2 years now. So just be careful in these markets. That's all I'm saying. Put on positions. Longs protect them, shorts protect them. If you're going short and trying to catch these tops here, just go small. Don't overload the house here, guys, and that's how you'll stay alive in these markets. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend here, and we'll see you guys this week on StockTwits and all that good stuff. And don't forget, guys, follow me on YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. But again, thanks for stopping by. God bless. See you on the charts.